Welcome back to the channel. Been a little MIA on the channel here lately for the past couple weeks. I did some filming for a Christmas video, part 2 of that one, my last upload. The footage was fine. When I went to edit it together, I edited it multiple different ways. It just didn't drive. I really didn't like it. Ended up scrapping the entire video. And then with work and issues with the truck and stuff like that, I don't really have the energy to film anything lately. But got a game plan with that. I'm just gonna send the truck in. It'll be the first time mechanics ever laid hands on that thing. But it's simply things that should have been done a little while ago. I could probably put off a little longer, but there might be some big changes kicking out sooner than later. Just certain things that are going on behind the scenes that are really driving that stake into the decision of heading north a lot sooner than planned, which is fine. It is what it is. So it also took a while to decide on a repair for the truck, because I was heavily contemplating selling the Yukon, buying a diesel, going that route, leaving the truck and camper together, and ultimately I couldn't bring myself to even posting the truck, so we're sticking with the truck. I am in a RV campground currently, so I'm gonna pay for another month. I'm good till the 23rd right now. I'm gonna pay for another month to the end of February. I'm hoping to have the truck repaired, pay that bill, and be back in it with the camper inside of that's the hope, and I'm just gonna use the SUV in the meantime to get back and forth to work, to town, and wherever else I need to. That SUV's been fantastic, honestly. It's been a super reliable vehicle. I really haven't had to put much into it at all. But it just doesn't fit what I'm after. So ultimately, I think I am going to sell it, and that money will go to funding the move. Regardless, that move's happening by summer. Just with everything going on, it might be a little bit sooner, but we'll cross that bridge when that time comes. My drone's been a little finicky lately. The gimbal was super weird the last time I flew it. It didn't want to stay centered, and it kept shaking and twitching and whatever. I've recalibrated it since. Sorry guys, I just got off a 15-hour night shift and I haven't been to bed yet. But yeah, so I recalibrated it. I haven't flown it since, so I don't know if it's still doing it. And then there's inside the arm, the one I had to replace that little doodad in, little pivot point. It cracked the arm housing as well. I thought it was fine, and it has been for since then, but the last 2 times I've flown it, I've noticed the props are touching under load. And what's happening is, I figured it out, there's a little stopper inside. So pretend this hand's the body of the drone and this is the arm, where it slides in and attaches to that pivot point. There's a plastic stopper that's formed into the arm that stops the arm from rotating too much. That plastic stopper is broke off. So when the drone goes to fly and it puts the torque to the motors, it twists the arm ever so slightly, and it causes the front and back props to touch. It doesn't seem to affect the flying at all. If it's sitting there under wind or anything like that, it tends to wander a little bit. But other than that, it seems alright. So it's just little things that I gotta get fixed to get some proper footage. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get some more content out, get back on a regular track like I was. I'll probably start with smaller videos. Those are just so much easier to edit together and upload and stuff like that, especially running these night shifts. I'm just too tired for the day to do anything. And the jobs I'm on, I just don't got much of a, not much free time in between what they get me to do on it. So it's a little bit difficult. But I thought I'd just make this one just to give you an update of, it's still live. I don't know, these days off, I'm going south to visit my aunt. She moved out west now, so I'm gonna go visit with her. I haven't seen her in a little while. That's just for the weekend coming. I'm gonna drop off the truck Monday, the 20th or something like that. It's something like that, whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna drop it off, leave it with the mechanics then I got the carb redone. The rad I'm probably gonna do myself, because I think it'd be easier just to put the rad in, throw some coolant in it, drive it from storage across town, drop it off the mechanics, and then just get them to burp the system and stuff like that instead of having to pay for them to install the rad. I'm going to try and keep this bill as cheap as possible. Just, mechanics are expensive. I don't typically like paying mechanics to do stuff that I could do myself. I just, that carb, it needs some love, and I just don't got the time and patience to do it. I figure if it's going to be in there and I'm going to pay for them to do stuff, there's a few other things. Valve adjustment, I don't think they're that far out. I really tried to get them in, but they got the proper tools to really dial them in. So I'll let them mess with that, because in order to tune the carb, they're going to have to properly adjust the valves anyways. Make sure those are really good. That way they can actually properly tune the carb. So we'll leave that up to them to do all that stuff. And then I got a couple things. I got to wire a plug for the camper to go into the truck, so that way I can have power to the camper from the truck while it's running. Charge up the batteries and stuff like that while I'm driving around. What else? There's a few odds and ends I'm gonna just pick at over time, but that carb and the rad is the main one. I ain't going anywhere without changing that rad, so that's like number one priority. The carb works, but the choke is stuck in the, I guess, off position, you can call it, as in I just don't have choke at all for cold starts, which is better than it stuck on, where it's overfueling everything. However, the carb is so out of tune, it runs super rich, and it's fouling plugs. So between burning oil and that, it's chewing plugs, which is not ideal at all. Deal with that. That should fix that. That and that carb needs a rebuild anyways. The gaskets and stuff, what you can see is starting to dry rot, which tells me it's not going to be long before they start leaking, causing vacuum issues and gas leaking and stuff like that. And right now, being that the camper is on the trailer that I got and is in an RV lot, there's nothing in the truck. I don't need to drive the truck. I don't need anything. I have the SUV, so I might as well make use of this time where I don't have a hard set deadline to have the truck. Like, I don't need it that night or the next day or anything like that. So I may as well make use of that, send it off, get them to do their thing. That will not only help with fuel economy and stuff like that too, because I mean that truck's only going to be so good on fuel, but it will help the longevity of things, the reliability. Come summertime, the focus ain't so much off-road. It's going to be more mountain biking, paddleboarding, hanging out at lakes. The Onyx side of things, I'm going to focus on logging access trails, is what I'm going to call them. It's easiest. So basically, trails into lakes, trails into wreck sites. Nice viewpoints such as fire towers, stuff along that line. Then yeah, I'm gonna really try and get some mountain biking in too. I got to do that once this summer. That was it. Yeah, it's something I really enjoy doing. But just so much going on that was this summer that I was trying to juggle too much at once, which I have come to notice I tend to do. Sorry, the furnace just kicked on. If that's too loud, I apologize. But yeah, I just leading into this summer and then knowing I was getting into this lifestyle, I was trying to do too much too fast. Just trying to get it all going, right? During this little break off of YouTube here where I was just kind of MIA, got me thinking, got me planning, and just, I realized that I got years to do this stuff. So I need to pump the brakes a little, focus on stuff, get things doing. Like I said, this summer is going to be that stuff. Maybe next summer after that, maybe it'll be more off-roading stuff, who knows. I'm really undecided if I'm going to get to Tuktoyaktuk this winter. I really would like to, but this summer for sure that's on the list. Especially moving up north, it's a 2-day drive instead of a week-long adventure kind of thing. My idea is probably get up to Whitehorse, stay there for a little tiny bit after I move, sort of get my bearings on things set up, transferred over and whatnot. But the ultimate goal is Dawson City or area, because I do want to jump into the gold mines. On my way back from site, I was doing a little research into different companies that are in that area and the ones that are hiring and what their hiring dates are, because they're seasonal, right? They obviously can't mine with the ground frozen, so I was trying to figure out when they start hiring typically and when the season actually kicks off, just to get a better idea of when I need to be prepared to be up there or something if I do get on with that. From what I read, it's April to about October is the season. So as things are thawing out, they set up camp, operations, stuff like that. Ground starts being able to be dug. Well, your season kicks off in full swing, all the way up to winter freeze. You can't get that shovel in the ground anymore, well then season's done. So I don't know what days off are like in the mining side of things. Like, I'm fortunate enough that I get a week off at a time. I mean, it is only a week during the month, but maybe keep something like that over there. I don't know. We'll figure it out, but we'll be a lot closer to most things I have planned out for trips wise. Most of them are up there anyways, so try and work around that, see what happens. Who knows, maybe I just work straight through the entire season, hold off on trips till the season ends, and then just travel for a few months. I don't know. I don't have a absolute concrete plan yet. I just know the things that are going to be in that plan no matter what. Timing of that plan that's where it's sort of up in the air. But you'll know all that as I go. Like I said, I'm going to really try and crack down on getting content rolling again. And then, yeah. So I appreciate you tuning in for this. I'm going to go to bed. I'm exhausted. I only get a few hours of sleep before I got to leave again, because I am an hour and a half from site. So I usually have to leave a little early in the afternoon. I don't know if I will today. I kind of still stockpiled on stuff, so I might be able to just cheat and just go from here right to site. I don't need to stop at the store or anything like that. But yeah, stay tuned for upcoming content. Appreciate you still sticking around, and we'll catch you on the next one.